Is that a way? Um, Baby. Oh, okay. Experience fighter unpacking. Oh, boy should be my baby. Mm, if I had money. Mm. Oh. Mm. Down, down, oh, turn, turn. Mm, 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 promise that one day. Oh, that's cute. Mm. Good morning, people. Good morning. I just woke up with a mood. I'm finishing psychology right now. No, I've been really getting into that. I need to finish, so I will lose my progress. It's like a kind of video game. Michi! That you kind of had your. I don't know, it's like your progress, and like if you don't keep up, like you don't will pass basically. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. But I love the classes, all of that. I really love. Major ass, this is a necklace. It's bigger than me. But like, yeah, it's been a time. I will come back to Twitch after I finish from this. But like, I don't know. It is crazy sometimes because I've been just focusing into studying. Like, I wish, like, Napoleon Hill call it in a way that is called the devil, and I call it bad because we had a bad in different stages in terms of like PSTD related to depression, psychology, clinically speaking, because depression that is related to temporary depression, that's what I call depression, is like for a short period of time. Like it could be seasonal, it could be depending what the things that you had, and stuff like that. But like clinical depression, it goes way deeper than that. Like we have, and for the things that you passed, trauma that you had, and is a consequence of PSTD, that is post-traumatic stress disorder, which is kind of hard to explain because it's like I wish just tell my mind sometimes that I need to calm down. And like sometimes when I even though I had nightmares or like somebody's leaving me or like I'm getting attacked by something or whatever, I'm just being calm down, man. Let's stop to have imaginary problems or now, and it's just kind of different between you as a person, you as a, whatever, and like you, whatever. Healthcare system assisting trauma related. So it's basically that, and it's not about just being, focusing to or avoiding the. And avoidance is because something that really happened was so bad that you don't want to remember. That happened with me a lot. Like whenever I want to or don't want to do something, I might avoid it because in my mind it would be more easy to do that rather than confront, what I passed for. Right now I'm just having a hard time. It's been a minute. So yeah. I don't know. I don't look like avoidant because I used to be working on this. Like even now, sometimes I talk with guilt to people. Like I talk to them even though that what I'm saying is true. Like I had this kind of fogginess in my mind where like I feel like I'm exposing myself a lot, and that's it. Affecting psychological responses in mental emergency. In complex emergencies. So let me do my resume and I will come back. Michi! Michi! No! Michi! No. ¿Quieres eso? No, ahí no, gato. Ahí no. I have two kitties. One I call them Michi or Michi, depending how I'm feeling, but most I call them Michi. But like when I'm angry, I call them Michi. This is my first instinct word. Well, if I call them Michi, it's because I'm relaxed. It's hard to understand cats because I put the fresh water yesterday, and they want new water. And sometimes it kind of doesn't help my system. But like one thing that I discovered is that when your cats are purring, it's really awesome because I don't know, you kind of feel relief. You feel fine. You feel, I don't know, that everything is going well. But like when my cats are like, let's say I don't know, I'm feeling maybe jealous, like my cat's purring really brings me comfort. It really does help me with my mood and, all of that. Ando bien. Ando muy bien. Hi, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Dramatic, systematic. Ok, acá. Ahorita estoy doblemente haciendo. Quiero acabar. Doble resumen, doble doble otro. Doblego mi. Déjenme un ratito. Core PSTD can make seeking difficult some examples. feeling memories, whatever. I'm the most, do you know what is funny? I was the most avoidant girl ever because I used to always use this excuse of like in high school. I always used to say, no, I'm busy studying. Now that I'm in college, basically, I'm like, no, I'm studying. But like, what can happen when I finish studying? What will be my excuse? What can I use? No? I just love to be busy. No, ayer vinieron varios. Ahorita están descansando, pero en life. ¿Sabes que hablo 2 idiomas, no? O sea, te manejo el español y el inglés. De tanto alzar cosas, también ya me sale un callo acá. Ay, sí le manejo a ambos. Y voy por la calle. Ayer hicimos este brazalete, lo hice en live. Y pues bueno, ahí va. Trauma-related core PSTD, avoiding trauma-related thoughts, feeling memories can make seeking help difficult. Treatment is skepticism about the treatment. Needy reads. Es que estuve estudiando de estrés postraumático. Entonces, es un tema un poco delicado, tratamiento. Terapista, valores, knowledge, past experiences, access, todo esto. Y es bien interesante. Psychiatrists start different professional coaches, various seeking and PhD related symptoms. The research various include psychiatric staff representing veteran psychiatrists, working as a result of an exposure, blah 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 blah. Ay, creo que sí está chiquito. Bueno, en fin, les voy a explicar lo que yo más o menos he entendido. Un pequeño resumen acá para ir practicando. Okay. Entonces, PSTD es no solamente, feel like I will explain in English. So, PSTD is not only just a feeling of, distress or being over anxious, being over, whatever, but like those emotions of being anxious, depressed, and stuff like that will also help to you to feel PSTD, but like are in the sense of like treatment and volleyball the same way that you will do like directly, I'm treating you PSTD, I'm medicating you, I'm doing all of this stuff, but like it can only help with one side that is called feeling anxious or feeling depressed. It will help you to that, but like that is another pattern rather for you to feel PSTD, because there is a lot in contradictory feeling of like feeling of having PSTD or having PSTD or being passed for PSTD. And there are 3 stages for you to feel the PSTD. The pre, like what happened in the past before you had the trauma, the PSTD moment, and like the traumatic thing that happened to you, and like after you pass for that. And like all of these 3 stages, basically when that thing happened, it really could help you to compensate what happened to you in the past, or like could make you feel worse than what happened in the past, because there are many factors working as a children, immigration, moving out, divorces for depression, or like having gap that is a commendation for depression, like being over anxious. But there are many things that can also link you to have those things, and it's important to you to clear your mind, because your mind will not be the same before and after you have PSTD. What I mean by that, by a regular person that passes through many stressful events, that they don't have probably PSTD, because some people really don't pass for many things, they live a normal life, but like for somebody that passed for that, they have a lot of things on mind, like the hippocampus, the frontal lobe, whatever powers that regulate your emotions, regulate the way that you feel, regulate the way you are, what you are, and make you take decisions or not, and make you feel blind or not, and you could be not maybe blind to take some decision because you have PTSD and your mind is only focused on the trauma. Could also overtake with the memories that you have. This overtaker, could also take some things that you have, and it's not good for you in your mind because you might feel not good at all because you feel like I don't know, I'm having this, I'm having whatever, but like there are many things that you need also to understand. That is how your mind it's with the trauma, without the trauma, and after the trauma. And by getting out from it doesn't mean it's not equivalent to you to being like didn't feel nothing, avoiding that. No, it's just for you to feel completely peace, and I promise this is possible for what you pass for, and giving a meaning to it. And it's important to you to have something to believe in universe, in God, in the source, higher source, in something, rather than just don't believe in nothing, because that could maybe would be a refuge to you. It's important. As well, it's important to have someone to seek with that. Like many different attributes that you will have with a partner. And I'm not saying that everybody should have this, right? But like most of the people that will be with you, you need to be open emotionally. They need to be a resource of like secure attachment. They need to be a resource of like openness. They need to be a resource of like happiness as well as sadness, that you can express both emotion, like many emotions that you can be healthy and have empathy for you, and as well being open, you in reverse with them. That are the plenty. Basically, they will love you enough for you to open up to them and talk about your things. And even it could be draining sometimes, but it's okay for you to be open about those things with them. It's not just about being, whatever. I just know somebody that treat me well, they tell me poems of love, we laughed a lot. You need to be able to, the same way you joke about it, you need to, Michi, you need to be open to talk about things that are going in your mind, not just the saddest things that happen to you, but like good things that happen to you. And have patience as well with, even though with your parents, but like I feel like with parents you have like a bridge, but like you can be open, and you can know that somebody, have those things. So I feel like, to me, I really understand that, because some people are like, no, you just want a parent, whatever. My parents don't have emotional maturity. So I found labeling for maturity levels. I might be labeling a couple, like my mom, and that's it. Or, I don't know, like people are complex because they always have handled emotions. For example, my mom knows how to handle heartbreaks, knows how to handle with like things like that. But like sometimes when I haven't like other stuff, like he be juggling, but like my dad knows how to juggle with like economic things. Like he's just like, money is money and that's it. So I feel like that is the main difference between somebody, even though with people that I know that are coaches or whatever. Confirmation to it. There was a girl that I follow until this time. She had her account private, really private. Like she gained millions of dollars. And the only thing that she had is that she's mad most of the time. She's from Spain and had a beautiful house, beautiful boyfriend, aligning values, but like she sometimes speaks bad words, and that's it. As well, me, you can see me now while I'm studying, I'm telling, I'm speaking, but the minute I am angry, I'm screaming in my pillow. I'm just screaming. I just need to calm down, maybe do some squats, work peace, I don't know. But like, I need to regulate as well. Everybody. And I'm talking calm right now because I want you to understand me, every single word that I'm saying. But when I'm texting, I will tell you everything that I have this quicker. Many things goes on my mind daily. And somebody was like, oh, you talk so fast. I'm like, yes, I am, because I think a lot. Like, I'm a thinker. The same I think, the same I do. Most of the time, I do more than I, have. But, like, it is fine. It is good to make so anyway, so I said what I said about this of like PSTD stuff like that. And to be fair and honest, I really didn't think that this thing would be like this big, because I was thinking, oh my gosh, PSTD, whatever, because I passed for that. But like, there are many layers that when you have this, your mind could be blind. And I understand why I pick people that I pick. I'm saying you like straight up, because you could be blind sometimes. Between me and you, I get hit on by many people. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but like, it really can affect you in a sense of like feeling value or like self-value, which is something that I always work on with myself, because I'm glad that I did some work on myself as well, because there are many things, like if I won't be able to seek out some help or stuff like that, I will believe that I'm only a body, and I might would be driven by my only self-value as a woman, my body, and that's it. But like, how I unlayer that layer of my own self-value, I always think and I feel that I'm not only a body, because most of the time people would label me as a body, whatever. But like, when I didn't have a body, even though because of that, I guess hard, I feel like, but like, one of the things that is getting out of my mind, like, I can't understand, is like, how am I going to be, like, how am I going to feel empowerment by giving other pleasure? Like, how? Do you ever think about it? Like, how are you going to feel empowerment by giving other people pleasure, like being pleasant? How? No soy mexicana, soy peruana. Lo de mexicana, no sé, pero soy peruana. Like, how? That is the main thing of like, I want to talk about my video, but like, you had a period of overcompulsion, you have a period of acceptance, and you have a period of self-control. That always happens with girls that I see that were, getting in these eras of, you know, and like, there have always been a time where you want to have the control, but like, I don't know. Yeah. Mi tema es PSTD, es la curso que he estado viendo, porque pasé por PSTD, voy a trabajar con niños, esto que el otro. El asunto es que no soy pesimista, siempre he sido bien positiva, pero no sé por qué a mí me tocan estas cosas. Yo puedo decir, firmemente que no estuve con ningún maestro, no estuve con ninguna maestra, no estuve con su Ay, gracias. Thanks for watching my website. But like, I was not involved with any teacher to pass. This is two assignments that I have. For real. Like, I have two things to do. I have two, places to whatever go. But like, I'm kind of feeling that I don't need to, or like the need to, but like I have those things. I never was with a teacher to pass an exam. I never was with it. They either will be male and female. No. That's what No estoy en Jersey, estoy en Perú, sino que estoy más involucrada en hablar de temas de salud mental. O sea, no entendía por qué, pero, o sea, siempre me llamó el tema de salud mental, de educación, como que esto porque la gente de Estados Unidos, etcétera, no tiene más trauma que la gente de Latinoamérica. O sea, es raro. O sea, estadísticamente yo antes de que viera las estadísticas, como que algo me llamaba de hablar de paz, de cariño, de amor, ¿saben? O sea, todo eso. Porque, yeah, like, I always was driven by that because I know that people, before I even knew about it, that was struggling with mental health problems. And it's because most of the people I know we love economy, we love our bills to be filling, but your wallet is not an excuse to you to pay with your mind. Say this with me. My wallet is not an excuse to pay with my mind. And I have a playlist that is called what is it called? Like Learning with Me Spanish, that basically teach you Spanish. But like what I've been getting into studying more about PSTD, about neurodivergent people that are autistic and stuff like that. And it's fun to say this about autistic people. Don't get me wrong, I love all people. Like, this was this joke that I saw. Hi, Gary. About like people that were autistic, that the best way to support autistic people is by doing something that is not for autistic people, like doing parties, events, loud events. Like, what is the purpose of that? I mean, that is not for autistic people. Autistic people really get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed as well. No, I don't have a boyfriend. Ay, no sé de la foto. I have a playlist as well. So yeah, once I finish this, I feel like for 1 month I dedicate my, things to do this. I will come back again to streaming because I need to see some stuff, teach some stuff, and respect some people as well there. Gracias. La gente dice yo a menudo. Pero se lo toma como un complemento. Lo tomo como un complemento. Effective. Ay. Mental health, psychological, complex emergencies. So I always think about that, working as a children has not a thing for me. I mean, I work as a teenager, but like the work that I had was not, something bigger, being in charge of like a cafe or something, because it's not about, let me explain. When you work as a teen or as a kid, it's not because the work that you had is bad. Sometimes you are more likely to be in these times where you feel more bothered for some people, you feel more anxious because somebody is hurting you, whatever, you can maybe be more likely to get hurt physically and emotionally in those environments. But like one of the things that is also a very important fact to you to be linked to other stuffs. No tengo hijos. Ay, no me digan que parezca madre. But en fin. So these kind of things help you and make you more likely to have PSTD because your mind is not prepared for handle many stressful things that could happen. Like one client is there, one client is here, one whatever is here. So your mind is not prepared for that. So that is why you are more likely to have PSTD. Not because only you have more risk to for past two injuries, somebody treating you bad, someone yelling at you. Not because of that. So in order to you to be a startup to pass for that, you need to be prepared gradually to handle those things. And it's also okay for you to say no to some places and to be in those things, because you can tell when somebody is in survival mode, or you can tell when someone is like not in survival mode. You know what I mean? Because there has been many things where I've been also in survival mode. Let me explain. If I'm telling you, I don't get maybe into this, but like I have this and this and this just in case, but like I have this in case, and like I'm like a little rat scared that somebody will pinch them. Take it easy and calm down. You're not going to die. Like some people feel those things after a war, after something stressful, which is normal after 6 years of getting out from that. I passed for that. Like now I'm 20. 14, 26 years. And you don't need to make longer more that process of, understanding, healing, seeking as a psychologist, because it's not also okay to make that process longer because they could have a contradictory. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Life is not easy for everyone, I can tell you as well. But like I'm telling you the point of view of like self-regulation is important, because that can make you pass for things that you had before that were bad for you less harmful. That's what I'm excited to finish this course of PSTD, because I can give you free help there, so you can seek and will maybe a psychologist, or like you can maybe use some stuff that I could help you, or like give you from an experience that I passed for, because I passed for PSTD. I had many times, and you could maybe tell by my content. I don't know. You can maybe tell. But like I love people now. I used to hate men. Now I hug them. Which is funny to say. I mean, I'm the number one fan, I feel like, from a singer, the Venom. But like it is a life-changing experience. It's also okay to you for being worried. The feeling of being anxious and have PSDOs is over worry. Even though in a partnership, you could have the feeling of they will leave you, they will cheat on you, they will hurt because they have the baggage. But that is linked to being anxious. And it's because you have something to live in. And believe it or not, I've been working on that many times. And yesterday I've been like, oh my gosh, there is a lot of peace here. Because I really didn't have someone, like a partner to. I've been like, there is so much peace, because I used to don't feel that. I was always been like, who is the next person? Who is the next person? Who is the next person that I'm going to like? But like, after I like one person, I'm like, no, I'm actually happy with it. I don't have any rush, Whenever it will come, it will come. But like enjoy your peace. While you're single, don't be over anxious because you don't have somebody. I promise it's more work than you see. Even though to me that I'm single right now, it's more work that I can handle. Because sometimes I'm like, what if I have somebody? What if I don't have somebody in the time? It's also work that you have. Sí, sí. Más fraternidad. Esa era la palabra. Esa era la palabra. Esa era la palabra que buscaba. Si colaboro más rápido con un hombre que con una mujer en una canción, sabrán por qué. Sí, sé que la gente está así por la de agricultores. Yo sé, yo valoro su trabajo. Crea o no, sí valoro. Sí valoro. Pero el asunto es de que es muy trabajoso. O sea, yo veo néctar y yo me quiero morir, Dios mío. No, yo me quiero morir. Pero sí aprendí un truco acá en Perú que agarramos la hoja de coca. No de otra planta, de coca. Y como lo mascamos, es decir, algunos agricultores acá en Perú lo mascan y como tienen bastante energía como para hacer varias cosas. Mi abuelo lo solía hacer porque mi abuelo cosechaba papas, choclo, diferentes cosas. Inclusive me enseñó la diferencia entre una papa buena y papa mala. La papa buena es la de tierra negra y la papa mala es la de tierra marrón. O sea, tiene que estar muy, muy, muy oscura, casi como chocolate, pero en polvo. La papa buena que la papa mala. Y el papa güero, papa blanca, papa arenosa, papa normal, hay papa dulce, papa de camote, yuca y diferentes tipos de variedades de papa guairo. Y dije, bueno, pero así, igual con el choclo, hay choclo blanco, hay choclo de este. El choclo armeño es más dulce, pero hay otros choclos que son más insípidos e incolores. O sea, hay tomate cherry, hay tomate grande, hay también diferentes variedades de café. Café verde, café y diferentes tipos de maneras de tostado. Tostado medio y tostado negro. Así que sí entiendo ese asunto. Yeah, thank you. I will finish to study PSTD. This is also relaxing. Increase dedication and awareness, general practice. Como mi pena. After familiarizing assessment trauma assessment type of trauma. So really I'm aware of like what is it called? Of the after increase. This is incursion, do and not do. Addressing effective. Well, I need to study. Ay, gracias. Las pinté recién. Lo que sí no quiero hacer es hacerme una página azul. Porque, o sea, desde el ámbito psicológico, como que tuve un poco más de raciocinio. Porque hay 4 o 3, no, 3 pasos. O sea, there's like 3 stages, like for girls that pass for like doing a blue website, you know what I mean? For like abandonment first, compulsion, that is when they get into that, they wanted to gain control by giving up something. And it can happen not only with that blue website, but like many things, even work, stuff like that, and like all of this, that could happen. Also, it happened to me with my work in music. Like I feel I pass for compulsion, but like with music, that's why I always sometimes I post in like double, because I feel like it's not enough. But like I can only leave it there. I keep it chill, and like after that, you pass for like knowing or like acceptance. Sometimes you don't have that, and like after that, you pass for the final stage, which either you seek help or not. That is called resilience, and you get through it. And that's it. How many years do you think I had? For real. Because I'm not 30. I'm not that age. I'm still younger. Can you guess? Then I will correct you or not. Please. You can tell me. Increase. Okay. Acknowledge and this practice. Acknowledge. Uh, uh, you can guess my age or not. Guess. Sí, tengo 20. Yeah, I had 20. I am 20. 20 0, not 20. No, I feel like I need to correct my age. People always confuse my age sometimes. They always sometimes one that I'm 20 something, 26. I'm like, I'm not even that far. They even sometimes tell me that I look, what is it called? I look mature for my age, and I'm like, if because of the things I passed, it's not because I was asking, I want to pass for this to look more wise. No. But I remember one time I've been asking the universe or like life to make me more wise, but like it ended up getting into many things, you know. So I really feel those emotions, where you feel overreactive or like, yeah, see. Yeah, you guess right. That's why I love to talk with people that are older than me. Even though when I was in my 15s, you will never do. I don't recommend you do that. But like, I was talking to a guy that was like, I was in my 15s. I had 50 by the time. I was like a teen. And like, he was in their 20s. And it teach me a lot. It really teach me a lot. And like, now that I had his age, I'm like, why I was thinking, like, what kind of topics, how am I able, because we have things in common, like goals and stuff like that, but like, I don't know, I didn't know what I was talking to. Maybe I was talking about my life, I was talking, no, I'm making like a song, that's now the things that I do, but like in a higher scale, let's say, but like, I wasn't, what topic that I had in common? I'm kind of guessing it is the same I will have when I turn like 20, maybe 6 years later or like 7 years later. I will be like, what topics I was getting into? But like, you kind of realize that many things that you struggle with are tiny compared to the things that you have now. Like, I was getting mad because I didn't like to somebody, but like, I'm now having bigger problems, and I'm like, there are bigger problems. I just been worried for your um your, like, somebody didn't like you back. There is many many. No, but really, I pass for more things than that. But like, this is one of the little things that I'm like, why am I even worrying? Oh my gosh. I don't have a problem with my age as well. I feel like when I will turn more years, I will look the same. I'm not kidding. I will look the same just with another placement, another location, but I will look the same. I promise. Mm. Probablemente ver la tele. I miss watching TV. Don't be worried for things. And like in I feel like when you're uh like a kid, like I don't miss the trauma that I have, taken out of the trauma, sacando el trauma un poco, como que las peleas, o sea, me extraño más que había más calma, pero por momentos, porque siempre, yo creo que ahora valoro más la calma que cuando era niña, como que antes era, ay, que eso, que lo otro, pero, o sea, había más espacio para pensar. Ahora, antes era como que no mucho, porque yo desde niña sí trabajé, o sea, tal vez no afuera vendiendo, ¿saben? Pero, o sea, sí ayudé a mi familia y tuvimos problemas, pero no problemas así, o sea, se cayó mi casa y tuvimos que ayudar a construirlo. Se cayó mi y tuvimos que ayudar a este. Yo aprendí construcción por ese asunto. Me gustaban también los carritos de construcción como trucks, like Transformers, stuff like that also. So yeah, I didn't have like a problem where having, but by the time I was scared to men. Pero igual como que trataba y amigos míos venían a mi casa normal y así, pero extra sentimiento de ingenuidad que tenía, o sea, para mí todo era muy nuevo y todo lo que yo veía lo veía con luz, o sea, era muy alegre, más de lo que era ahora, más alegre y vivía todo al límite, era como que si me sentía alegre, me sentía súper alegre, o si me sentía triste, como que tenía apoyo. Y las navidades extraño más que nada cuando era niña, que eran más bonitas, por decirlo así. Pero ahora valoro más eso. Like, I miss that. I never had like a healthy, but like I have moments where you feel healthy. Thank you. I cut my hair. There is a thing that it's always been talked about. I'm talking about openly because I feel like people won't take that against me as well. I've been also taking learning like lessons about things that you can or not tell on social media, but like what is for you to portray the perfect version of yourself when you know you can tell. And even though I use psychology often, even if you cannot see that, because um when I want to dig in something, I always look for the way that somebody acts. So I'm like, if they don't want to tell me, their actions will tell me, like the energy. But I feel compassion to it. So that's what I love this topic, because I genuinely want that most of the 70% that I saw that people from US that is going on will overcome PSTD or will help to that is why there are many it's also helpful for the economy had PSTD, because you are buying things and instead of doing this you are buying stuff for just a moment, and it will help you also with your wallet. Like imagine how would be your life if you don't have many things going on in your mind and you might be take decisions. You won't need to purchase many things. It's just one purchase. That's it. I also, there is a theory that is called, according to your hair, when you cut, that you close like a pattern that you pass for. But I don't know, I just feel bored. Like, people were telling me that I had a breakup, but like, I haven't got a partner. So what is the purpose of this? That you're pointing that I had like a partner. You know. Either way, I need to study. I will see you later. How many days do I have left? True. One and 3.11. Okay. Yeah, I need to finish shortly because I need to. Not because I want to, but like I need to. Then I will be going for a listing. I don't have a product to do or like to recommend also to some people. Most of the things that I look how I is for my parents, is not for me. I don't did nothing. My parents did. The thing about good about my hair is that it looks nice, but like it's oily. In this part, like it gets oily sometimes and it's hard for me to, so I need to brush often so it won't get oily on the start and it won't be dry in the end. Gracias. Los veré en Twitch pronto. No diré cuándo, pero pronto. Ya les pondré ahí el calendario. Y no sé, si tienen tiempo, ojalá me apoyen en redes sociales. Les voy a dejar mi TikTok luego. No, ya les envío un post. Pero apóyenme porque yo promuevo la salud mental. Si colaboro con una marca, va a ser con una marca de colchones, creo. Duerme bien. Estoy siempre besando con mis pijamas, que creo que la única marca que algún día veré sería una marca de colchones. Siempre hago de lunes a viernes, a veces de lunes a domingos, pero mayoría de lunes a viernes. Gracias. Gracias. Somos peruanos, entre peruanos hay que apoyarnos. At this time, I feel like, at this moment, I feel like it's mostly when I always do lives. Sometimes it's late at night, but like it's always in the morning, like 9 p.m. or something, or like afternoon, close to 6 or like 5 p.m. 5 p.m. EST time. Yeah. Creo que en Twitch sería mejor ahorita hablar. Hay mucho que quiero hablar. Voy a jugar juegos pero calmados porque no me gustan los juegos. I don't like pitchy games. I'm not into that. I'm into calm things. It's also a side effect when you pass for what I pass. Basically, you are now seeking calm, no drama. That's why I want a boring person. Like I don't want somebody who have a lot of things. I want a boring person. The most boring, the most that I. Gracias. Se cuidan. Chao.